Right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Sweet State number 49. To kickstart this month of August 2022. And I thought I would get this done on the first day, since I am on a summer holiday break, so why not? So, you might be wondering, if you've had this randomly recommended to you in the Twitch or YouTube recommendations, what exactly is a sweet state? Well, a sweet state is basically a monthly little vlog, whatever you want to call it, update of the channel. Things that are happening, things that have happened, and things that are going to happen. You know, like a monthly update of how the world of John Suitepee is doing. And as an extra bonus, you get to see... Oh, you get to see the wall. Yeah. That's what I wanted to see. Fantastic. The wall. Why not? Everyone wants to look at a wall. But then, if I spin the camera around 180 degrees, you can see me. Hello. Please do not be too scared. Don't worry, I'm cleaning the camera up a bit. It's a bit foggy for some reason. So, let's get on with this, shall we? I don't have as much to talk about compared to the last Sweet State, which was 4 years of doing this. But there's a couple of things I need to mention regardless. But let's get on with it, shall we? Or shall I? Probably the only one in chat right now, so hopefully someone on YouTube is taking heed of some of this stuff if you weren't. Anyway. So, to start off with, in short, I always go over my personal situation real quick. Things pretty smooth overall. Obviously, it is my summer break from work since I work in a school. I get 6 weeks off for summer, this being the second of those 6 weeks. And admittingly, I haven't really done that much with the first week, but a couple of things did get taken care of. So it wasn't entirely wasted, and it's fine. Still got plenty of time. Still got 5 weeks to relax, do stuff, and unwind before a very difficult academic year in prospect comes up. Not least because I will be, fingers crossed, on my teaching assistant level 2 course. Unfortunately, it has not yet been locked up because I did finally hear back from the place that is going to run the course, and they did offer me an interview and some assessments last Wednesday, but unfortunately due to COVID they had to delay it until this Wednesday. So 2 days time I will be heading down to the college to attend in person some interviews and stuff or whatever they got in mind for an hour. But hopefully, at the end of it, I will finally be registered on the course, and I will begin my TA2 stuff in September. A month and a bit's time. Late September it starts, and it will be a pretty significant moment in my educational career, since getting this certificate and learning all the stuff of the TA trade will mean I can become level 2 and thus get a slight pay increase and, start to store cash and money for the end of the decade as part of a 10-year plan to be sorted out by then. Maybe a late starter in life, but I'll get there in the end. I've had a 33-year disadvantage, so, gotta make up ground as fast as I can. So hopefully that'll be sorted out, and then I can relax the rest of summer knowing that I've got hard work ahead of me. It'd be nice to have had this taken care of before the summer, but hey-oh, that's not how it's worked out, unfortunately. It has to be taken care of over the summer, but thankfully it's just one morning, so it's fine. It's not a problem. Annoying roadworks notwithstanding. So that's that. sorry, my nose is a bit itchy this morning. Or afternoon, I should say. It's nearly 2 o'clock here. So it is obviously the summer period. And I was planning to do a lot of things over summer, but in truth, I haven't actually got around to planning a lot of them yet. But the stuff will be happening for me. I will be going to a few places. I will be doing a couple of things. Last summer when I had this 6-week period, I didn't really know what to do with it. So I just kind of spent most of it drinking, relaxing, playing video games, which sounds nice, but not really what I'm going to be doing for the entire 6 weeks. Like, it's 6 weeks in the middle of the nicest weather. I want to be getting out there and doing a couple of things. Not a lot of things. I don't want to go crazy with money, if possible. I am trying to save up, after all, for my future house. But I don't want to be just stuck inside either, just doing not much. Because I definitely remember that was a thing that happened last year, where I just kind of, just spent a lot of time not really being motivated to do anything, which is a bit weird. Like, when I'm at work, I have plenty of motivation to want to do things in the weekend off or the odd week. But as soon as it comes to the summer holidays or a period where I'm not working, it's like I just don't know what to do, almost. And I just don't really... I guess I struggle with a bit of willpower to get myself to do something that's not get up, go on the computer and play Dead by Daylight for this is blackcurrant juice, by the way. For several hours, continue the grind. Well, I don't think there's a problem in doing that every now and then. I should take more advantage of the free time. And I am definitely planning to do stuff around that. I was going to hopefully take care of everything in the first week. But unfortunately, because of this delay of the course, I guess this will be my business week where I actually sort stuff out, including a cleanup of my stuff, really. I probably still have more stuff I don't really need I can get rid of. I have some technological stuff I probably don't really need, and I really need to keep decluttering, since I like my minimalism and all that. Keep things simple. None of this, you need this, you need this. No, minimalism is good. It served me well since I used to be a hoarder of things a few years back. Now I'm the opposite. I like to keep things simple. So I am hoping to make the most of this summer. I am hoping to do some stuff. And part of that also is having a good August, which I'm starting as of today, where I try to actually lose a significant ton of weight. I have been tracking my weight for the last few weeks, and I was nearly on the cusp of getting back to 18 stone, but I kind of blew it this week by being overly, eating a lot and drinking a lot, basically. So I'm trying to change some habits, really. I'm trying to sort of get myself geared up for the future by changing a lot of habits, not drinking as much, not eating as much, not putting off doing streams or things to be lazy, if you will. So I'm kind of trying to change my behavioral habits, and this is something I've struggled with for a very long time, unfortunately. But I need to make a right go at it, because sooner rather than later, I am going to have to do so in order to survive and thrive and not be stuck in a rut of sorts where I never improve myself or the channel, for that matter. So I am going to really try and be very focused and have a really good month where I don't spend a lot of money on daft things. Obviously, if there's things that I need to spend money on, fair enough. One of those I am praying I don't have to is going back to the fucking garage again on my fucking car. Because I swear every time I drive my fucking car these days, it always just fucking... something needs fixing or replacing, and I swear to God, if I had the willpower, I'd just get rid of the car and never use one again. And I could, because I could use the public transport to work every day, but it would cost less, but it would be a massive time sink, unfortunately. You know, I actually had to do that for. I don't think I mentioned this last time. I actually did have to use public transport for about a few days because my car needed to go in the garage because it was literally squeaking and it needed a few things changing. So I actually had to use public transport. Turns out it's actually cheaper for me. If I do public transport for a week, it's about 15, 20 quid cheaper than spending on petrol. And in the morning, it's not too bad. You know, using the buses, I get into work at a respectable time. The only problem, however, is getting out of work is not. Oh crap! I just realised that should be. There we go. What Sunder map is this? It looks super photorealistic. Hey, Pineapple, thank you for the 45-month sub. This is Sunder map 16, life choices. You know? The one where the Doom guy reflects on things. But yeah, the only problem was, literally, if I wanted to get out of work, if I get stuck in any traffic, it would take way too long to get home. Like, the main advantage of having a car is getting out of work quicker. If I had no car, I'd be getting home later, and also that means I'd have less time in the evening to do things, and it would also really cut into my gym time. I'd have to like literally sort of change my life schedule significantly if I was to ditch the car. Unfortunately, I can't. But yeah, it's just annoying that every time I use my car, something fucking needs fixing with it as of recent, and it's getting to the point where I might just need a new car, maybe, which means spending a lot of money. I don't want to do that. But I'll make that decision over the summer. I mean, I probably will keep the car, especially since I need it for my course. But I'm honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I am very tempted to ditch the car and just use public transport because it's cheaper. I'll just have to work around the time thing. You know, I don't need a car because I work at home. Can recommend it. I don't know if I'd want to work at home, but then I've never tried it, so I couldn't say. I mean, when the pandemic started, I actually did work at home for a few days, and I will be honest, it wasn't easy. I found the biggest problem was I got distracted. You know, like I would have to sit at the computer and I was supposed to do these documents, but I may end up just like idling and playing games and shit. It was hard. Oh, I did use public transport. Yeah, I would love to do that. Like, it's literally in the morning, I have to get up a little earlier, but it gets me to work at a good time. The morning is no problem. Absolutely great. It's just getting back. And that's the only kicker. It's just getting back takes ages. It takes me like about nearly 2 hours to get home on a good day because I have to transit around a bunch of places, go to the city centre of sorts, and then I have to take another bus from there to go home. And if there's any traffic or roadworks, or you know, it unfortunately it's also near a motorway, so if the motorway junction goes, whole local area gets fucked. And that happened one time, and it took me about 3 hours to get home. And I couldn't do that, because some days I just want to get home from work, and I just want to get fucking home immediately. Like, the current time I get home is usually about, depending on the day, if I don't have to go to the gym, I can be home for after 4. If I have to go to the gym, I'm home for about after 5. And if I do the late day, I usually get home before 6. You know, that's on Wednesdays when I have to stay for an hour and a half extra. That's fine. That gives me time to get home, eat, do shit, and then stream. With the public system, I'll be getting home at like, I don't know, much later. And then I'd have less time to stream. Essentially got a vehicle. Yeah. Like, it's just getting back from work is the issue. If there was a straight, because I can literally get a very smooth bus ride in the morning because no one's around. Traffic's no problem. But on the way back, it's like, oh, everything's busy. Oh, queue. Take 2 hours to get home. It's cheaper. and I would have time to listen to long form videos, which is what I actually did. I actually managed to use the time when I had to go in, when I had to use that for a few days. I actually used it to watch a bunch of a video on Morrowind and a video on Oblivion, which is quite interesting. I had so much time. I won't mind doing that. So there will be some days where I'd which be like, I just want to get fucking home in half an hour, and I want to get streaming. I don't want to wait 3 hours and then be fucking tired at the end. Like, I could do it. I'd have to change my life a bit. But that sounds like something I would want to do more when I have my own place. Because I don't. So if I'm getting home at like 7, 8 o'clock, by the time I'm settled, it's like with my mom going to bed at average 10:30, I literally would have 2 or 3 good hours to stream, and that'd be it. You know, and that's sometimes not enough. I mean, I could stream on the weekend, sure, but I wouldn't be expected to do that here. But don't get me wrong, when I get my own place, I would definitely consider public transport, because the time thing wouldn't matter as much, because I would be in complete control of my time use. And I'd be like, okay, I can't stream as much during the weekdays, fair enough. But on the weekends, I will fucking double down on it, if I want to. And it's just cheaper. And I won't have to fucking fix a car. I won't have to pay car insurance. I won't have to pay car tax. I won't have to fucking drive the car for an hour and then discover that something's squeaking. And then I have to go to the garage and spend another 300 fucking quid. Yeah. I'm trying to save my money, not spend it on a fucking car. Okay. Worrying about not worrying about a car is great. I can vouch for that. You know, that's what I'm aiming to do. Eventually. There's a couple of things I still need to sort out, but eventually that's the dream. Live on my own. I don't need a big place. Just a bedroom, a bathroom, small kitchen, and a place with good internet. That's it. And you go, because half the time I won't be in the place anyway. And when I am, it would literally be just to play games or coming in and out. Anyway. So, I'm planning to have a very good August, a very committed August, where I have a really good month, where I lose weight week upon week, where I see my habits changing for the better, where things improve, where I can actually say at the end of this summer, look at that John. Look at that John who started the summer 19 stone 4, and now he's 18 stone 6 or whatever. And he's looking slimmer, and his behavioural patterns are better, and he's looking more chill, and he's doing stuff, and he's got stories to tell all the colleagues and kids when he goes back in September. That's the kind of thing I want to sort of be able to say to myself in a month's time from now when I'm recording Sweet State 50. Hey everyone, it's Sweet State 50 before I go back to work for the big course. And boy, is my life looking better. That is what I want to be able to say. And hopefully I will. So I'm going to try, really, really honestly try. Maybe be wary of moving into an apartment building, and definitely don't move somewhere might pay a bar or club. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to do that. I will try and get somewhere quite cheap, but that's not going to happen for a couple of years. I'm still in the process at the moment of saving my money and learning a couple of life skills. But later on this decade, that will be a real discussion I will have. Once I have like a good amount stored up so I can make an initial deposit, I will be looking for a place. I'm not doing it right now because I'm still in the early part of the decade. I was waiting for what kind of places problems would be especially impact of streaming. Yeah. That's the thing I'd have to be careful of as well, you know, soundproofing. And that's why I want to obviously be not getting into loud rants as much to not annoy neighbours as well. I have no idea how I've not managed to get some problems here, but maybe I'm not as loud as I think I am, or there's good soundproofing, or everyone's just deaf. I don't know. I somehow have got away with it for 3 or 4 years, but I have gotten better, so that does help too, I suppose. But yeah, that's pretty much all my personal situation. I'm going to try to have a really focused August where I do lots of cool things, where if my streaming is on point, hopefully, and I lose weight, and I stream good, and hopefully I do some stuff. You live in semi-detached housing. I share a bedroom with one neighbor. There's a nice strip mall between us where we do everything each other's way. It's great, but it's not cheapest. Yeah. Sounds nice. Really does. So that's my personal situation stuff. So the next point I want to talk about is what I'm going to be streaming, and this month I'm going to be streaming a lot of Dragon Quest Heroes 2, which is on my other game list. It's finally going to start happening. I'm going to start it tonight. That's why I wanted to do this sweepstake this afternoon, so I could actually start it tonight and get going with it. And part of that is because I am actually going to be having a bit of... I suppose I need to mention this, actually. Sorry, just a point I need to mention. I just remembered it now. But it sort of ties into it, but I will talk about Dragon Quest Heroes 2 as well. So Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is the next thing I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to do a lot of that over this month until it's finished. Obviously, it's going to be a fairly lengthy project, seeing as the first one wasn't short, and this one is more lengthier and difficult. So I've been told by people who have played it, Misfit and Serious and all that one. Now, since it's such a long game, I will be doing the usual thing like I did with Final Fantasy IX, like I did with Zero Escape 2, and like I'm going to do with any long project. I will be playing little things around it, so it's not just Dragon Quest Heroes 2 until it's done, because that will be a bit tedious, and not everyone is here for that, and some people do want some Doom, so there will be some little Doom things around it. Of course, there'll be Iron Man and Iron Eagle. The Iron Man is out. First month, the Iron Eagle is not, so I will wait for that to come out. But yes, I am looking forward to Dragon Quest Heroes 2. It's going to be good. I like the original, being a fan of the Muzu type games, and Dragon Quest Heroes was a pretty darn good Muzu type game. But Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is also going to be a bit of co-op as well. Not all the time, but apparently because it's quite difficult later on, there are some missions that are suggested for cooperation. So I will be doing some co-op sessions with Sirius Cacodemon at some point, and I think there's a chance that also Lord Misfit will join in also. But it will depend on how it goes. But there will definitely be at least one co-op session during that playthrough. With Sirius and or Lord Misfit, with more wait, hang on, did he? I need to double check that actually before I say it. I don't know if it was him. Yes, it was Lord Misfit who gifted me Dragon Quest Heroes 2. So thanks to him for the generous gift, and it'll be nice to finally play. You know, it's just nice to actually get another game on the other game list started, since it's been in limbo for several months. But now I have my summer project, you know. It could have been Saints Row, but nothing has moved on that front. I've not been looking for an Xbox, and I'm still not going to at the moment. I'll only really consider that an option when I actually have no other alternative. I'm hoping by the time summer's passed, there'll be some other options available. Or something, you know. I mean, eventually I will have to do a decision on Saints Row, whether I get the Xbox and actually tag on the first Saints Row and the second one on that, or whether I just play the PC version with some patches, or whether by divine miracle this supposed remastered fixed patch materializes out thinner and works. Who knows? But it's just nice to get the list done, since, as I said in the last sweepstake, there will be no further lists of Doom Wads or other games after these. I will be playing what I want to play. And that's how it's going to stay. You know, once these lists are complete, I don't intend on adding any more. I'm going to start playing stuff that I want to play more regularly. I'll take suggestions, of course. And there are plenty of gifted games that I'll look at, but there will no longer be a strict list. a strict bullet point list. Play this and play that and play that. It'll be a case of, hey, I fancy playing Deadly Premonition today. So I'm going to go play Deadly Premonition. By the way, that's a game I have and I do want to play at some point. Hint, hint. Or, hey, I want to play Max Payne 1 and 2 today. Also something I'd like to play. And Tomb Raider 1 and 2. If I can get that arranged. And quite a few other things as well. You know, Plague of the Entomorph, possibly even considering a revisit of the Dark Alliance games on the PC. In co-op, perhaps. But I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that or not. Res Infinite I might play as well. And other games, many other games in the future. But yeah, Dragon Quest Heroes 2 will be the thing, which is why for this month's music, I have set it to Dragon Quest 11's main theme. Since I thought it was quite fitting for the month, so hope you like your Dragon Quest. It's a quite nice little theme as well, so it's a good intro thing. So that's going to be the main thing. There will be some Doom stuff as well. I have announced I'm going to be playing New Gothic Movement next from the Doom WOD list. Quite a difficult WOD, but it's supposed to be quite good. So there will be New Gothic Movement maybe at some point as well. I might do that later this month. We'll see. I'm thinking more shorter sort of diversions from Dragon Quest Heroes 2, not something too lengthy, I think. But there will be some diversions regardless. So yeah, hope you like Dragon Quest Heroes 2. You're going to see a lot of it this month, but it's not going to dominate the entire streaming calendar. And there is going to be a little disruption, at least for a couple of going into this week, because on Saturday, my nephew is coming to visit for about a week. My sister has decided not to just come up for a day, but has decided to come up for nearly a whole week, which is nice and is generous, but the caveat is sleeps get disrupted, and I can't use this room late at night, which basically what happens is when my sister and nephew come over, they take the bedroom upstairs, and my mum sleeps in here. And my mum goes to bed early, so whenever she goes to bed, that's it. Can't use the computer, can't stream. It's as simple as that. So it does mean that as from Saturday, when she's here, my streaming will be quite limited until next Friday. Now, I don't know if I might be able to get a stream or two off, but it is absolutely not guaranteed. So from Saturday the 6th of August to Friday the 12th, which is the day she leaves, my streaming will be very limited. I will try to do a stream or two if I'm not doing something else. And obviously if I'm not spending my time with my nephew, which is very nice, of course. I do want to spend time with him, naturally. But my streaming will be limited for those few days. So from the 6th until the 12th, streaming will be maybe very low, if non-existent. I'll see. I'll see how it goes. They usually nip out once or twice, but it might not be anything too lengthy. And obviously, if I'm streaming, I don't want to be swearing and causing a problem to my nephew, who's not even 2 yet. So yeah, just thought I'd put that out there. I'll mention it on the Discord as well, that there will be some, and I'll do that now actually, while I remembered it. I will mention, I will put on the Discord right now, that my streaming will be a bit disrupted. Just want to put, just to let everyone know that from 6 to the 12th of August, my sister / nephew / sister's fiance are coming up to visit, so my streaming during this period time will be impacted. Oh. That's how that works. Huh. I didn't know you could put a... Hey, Shakar. How you doing? Just putting a quick message on the Discord. There we go. All sorted. How you doing, Shakar? So yeah. My streaming will be impacted from the 6th to the 12th. Obviously, there will be other things over the holiday. Why I might go out for a day, I might not be around, but that's the more lengthier one. The only lengthier one. The only other one, really, I suppose, I can mention is on the 21st of August. I will be at another regional final of poker for Red Tooth. And I will be back at Manchester again for this one. So I did manage to qualify for another regional final on the last day of the season by winning the game and thus securing my place in the top 3. So 21st of August is my next chance to get a trip to Las Vegas if I win. So I will be trying, one of the things I will be trying to do over the August period is I'm going to be trying to play more poker, you know, online and in a few casinos if possible. But it's been a bit of a roadblock with that because Grosvenor have been a bit awkward. The app doesn't work on my phone, and I need to just sort something with the login that I have with them. It just feels really awkward. I can't just get a list of games at their casinos. You have to use this app, but the app doesn't work on the phone. My phone, and it's got a bad reputation. I go on the website, try to log in, and it just says they have to speak to some live person to verify my account, and I'm just real confused. I don't know if I actually have an account tied to my card or not. I have an online account for the poker, but I'm not sure if it's tied to my actual membership ID. So I need to sort it out at some point. But I just want to know when I'm doing casino games in my local area so I can play. Because I want to play in casino games. You know, I've only been in a casino game I think twice ever, aside from the regionals, like a proper sort of game where you sit down and you pay like a decent chunk of money. The app sounds sketchy. Yeah, it's not got a great reputation. It is called the that's the name of the app. And thank you for the 4-month sub, Shakar. I'm doing just fine. It is way too warm. Yeah, it is a little warm here today, but, you know, I'm going to enjoy the walk out in a little bit after this sweet state. I'm going out for a walk. That's the name of the app. That's the name of the casinos group. There's several venues. Well, they're all over the place, but there's a few casinos nearby. And it's just annoying that I can't just go on their site and just quit their casino and say, like, oh, what games are in Liverpool? What games? No, you gotta be on the app, or you have to fucking be registered, and you can't just check. That's all I want to do. I just want to literally see a list of fucking games. I can go visit one or two of them. You know, like I might want to go and play in like a 30, 40 pound tournament and see if I can do well in casino level play, which would be different from the home games I'm used to, the pub games I'm used to playing. You know, I need to get that experience because I think I do okay once I get into it. Sus app is sus. Yes, it is, unfortunately. It just won't work on my phone. Just fucking stupid. So the only other way to go on the website, and I need an account, and then I'll sort that out anyway. That's one thing I do want to do. I want to practice for the regional, and I want to get to the final table. I want to play a bit more poker. Because if I'm any decent at poker, that might be my side income that might help me in the long run. Like if I was to like win the odd small tournament, maybe get like an extra 500, 600 pound from a game every now and then, not all the time, but like if I won a decent amount every so often, that would help with my low income to just boost the store to money, have a bit more cash available. It's kind of what I thought this channel was going to do at one point, but it's no longer the case. Unfortunately, I don't get paid. I mean, there was a period where I was getting paid every month. Not massively, of course, but it was something. But it's all changed, and I don't mind. I'm not doing this for the money. It just had been nice as this little bit of side income, Just and it does help when I get the extra £100 every so often. It all does help, of course. But with the poker, if I do okay, I could do a few hours in a night. I mean, I have to practice pretty well, obviously, but you get like 2 subs per stream, John. It ain't bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. This ain't the stagnation talk, because obviously things are a little different on that front now. I'm not actually stagnating. I'm just growing very slowly, a lot slower than I used to, but still happening all the same. It is a very slow, but continuing to be quite steady, I think. But it'd be nice to pull it up from today. So, goodness. Taz727_ has gifted a sub to Pale Blue Camel. Thank you very much, Taz727_. I'm sure Pale Blue Camel will appreciate that. And now, because of that, they can use these emotes. The 4 of them. Oh, we get the Twitch money. Yay, I've made $6. Yeah, I think it's like $2 now, because they lowered the prices a bit, so it's $6. But hey, it's something to start. All the subs add up, and then that's usually around the time I get a payout. So all good. A complaint about not getting money. No, I mean, obviously, it wouldn't just be a case of the side income. It'd be a case of me changing the habits and not spending my money on daft shit, which is part of what I'm trying to get done in August, I mean, again, I'm not doing this for the money. If I was doing this for the money, by this point, I'd have stopped doing it, because I'm not making really enough. So, I'd have been gone. I've been like, fuck you, I'm done. I'm not doing any more streaming. I'm just going to go play poker and become a DBD tournament god or something. Or cry like a little baby. Or play Apex Legends or something, I don't know. Or become a RuneScape play RuneScape all the time. I can't do that again. I can't go down the MMO rabbit hole. But knowing me, if I didn't have to stream, that's probably the kind of thing I would do. I probably would play an MMO or something. Oh, God. Well, that's true. I have a wealth of awesome viewers. And as soon as they arrive, I'll let you know. Yeah, so... US. Oh, God. I try. So, yeah. There's going to be... did I mention poker stuff? Yeah, I guess poker regional final 21st. I did mention that. Okay. So, did I mention about the cherry emote? Yeah, I guess a quick mention. There's a new emote from the subs. Cherry emote. And Shakar made it for me, which was very nice of her. So Cherry finally has an emote. I can't remember if I mentioned this during the last Sweet State. I don't think I did. I think it was not around at that point. It was at some point. No, it wasn't. So that's the 4th emote. It's a Cherry emote. So there you go. And thank you very much, Shakar. That is the 4th sub emote I now have. So that's 4 different people so far. Tourniquet, Pale Blue Camel, Fuzzball, and now Shakar. Even got an even split of genders, 2 females, 2 males. Who knows what the 5th one will be? Who knows? Maybe I'll make one. Stop being so lazy, but I can't think. But I also kind of like the idea though that each sub emote is someone someone's endeavor rather than just being something I made. I like the idea that every sub-emote belongs to somebody. So I might just keep rolling with it. You want an emote on the channel? Go ahead. I think there's room for like a few more actually. Not 5 like I thought. I think there's room for about 3 more. But no rush. Encrypted. Yeah. Right, so moving on to talking about doomy stuff. I did do some cool doomy stuff recently. The first one I want to mention is this Saturday, I actually took part in a testing session on the Hellforge Discord for a little project that Shakar is part of called Hordemex. Using the new hot thing in Doom engines, which is to use an old version of Zadoom and make it online, called Hordemex. Now, Hordemex is an open source Doom client that basically is like a new sort of Xandorum or Doomseeker or Skulltag, I think. And the idea is to be even more convenient, which I have to admit, when I ran it last night, it was really good how it downloaded every map as the maps were loaded in. That was actually quite nice, because I know in the past that when you would have to play on a server, you'd have to download everything before playing it, and sometimes there'd be that one map that didn't load, so you couldn't play, and it was quite nice. But every time a new map loaded in on the Hordemex, it was just downloaded, and then boosh, you played. So it was actually quite convenient and nice. I mean, I don't really play a lot of online Doom, funnily enough, but it was really convenient, and I like using Hordemex. It was nice, and once I get the one thing I do wish Hordemex would, one thing I do find annoying about Hordemex though, is that the volume of it always jumps up. Like on the volume mixer. Like I want to set it low permanently, but every time it goes to a new map, it resets the volume mixer to max volume. I don't want it to do that. I mean, I could set the sound in the game, but I kind of like, you know, I don't know why that's a thing. It should just not mess with the volume mix. I don't know why it has to do that. Like, it's a bit weird, really, because it doesn't happen with anything else. You know, I could run GZ Doom and PR Boom, and I can change the volume, and it stays on the volume mixer, not in the game, but like on my computer. Every time new map, it goes back to 100. So it's a bit awkward, especially if I want to stream it, but I have to set the volume. There's no Doom submissions for the showcase on QuakeCon, but any new maps will be part of the Hordemex project. Nice and fun, yes. So Hordemex is pretty cool. Required a tiny bit of setup, but other than that, really convenient, and it looked like it's pretty nice. So maybe I'll be playing it a few more times over the years. And Hordemex is basically a co-op horde mode for Hordemex, which is like cooperative play. There are 5 waves. Each wave has a boss at the end, and then you win. And the maps are all done by members of the community. Quite a lot of people, including Shakar herself. And it was really nice to hang out with a lot of the regular Hellforge crew. I didn't really say much. In those kind of situations, I don't usually talk a lot. I just sort of chip in every now and then. But it was nice. Got to hear Shakar's voice for the first time. And it was cool playing with Bridge and Jimmy and all the others, you know, having a lot of fun, doing a lot of cool testing. I did find a couple of things, a couple of areas to fix here and there. Everyone chipped in. It was kind of like a goofy testing session. It was like, Shakar was like, okay guys, play testing. Come on, find bugs, find the things. And everyone's talking about dicks and all kinds of weird random tangents. It was just like good, nerdy, honest fun, you know. It was a very fun session to be a part of. A good way to spend a Saturday evening, just drinking, playing a very fast-paced game, horde moding, and just goofing around. You know, kind of like what online gaming used to be like. You know, goofing around on a server, the TF2 matchmaking days and stuff like that, you know. Have a good time. I mean, I still remember the days when I used to play on a 24/7 Counter-Strike Source office map. And although I was fucking terrible at Counter-Strike, it was just fun to play on a server. You know, it was really cool. Sometimes I miss those kind of days. Where you'd have these servers and you'd join the community of the server and you'd be a regular. You used to do that all the time. But it doesn't really happen nowadays. It's all automated matchmaking shit, you know. Organized chaos, you know, that's a good way of putting it. So that was really fun to take part of, honestly. I miss it a lot. Yeah, it's all automated matchmaking and you don't have the servers and the communities because the big companies don't want to control the content, because the big thing about what used to happen on these custom servers is people would make their own maps, they'd make their own skins, weapons, sound packs, everything. And now the companies want to control that content so that no one accidentally creates the next big Battle Royale, Dota, Team Fortress 2 thing on their own servers. They want to be able to license and own the content. So they play everyone in matchmaking. It's faster, it's more convenient, and it means less community, sadly. Game with your friends, you know, still works, but there's no community anymore to find new people to play. Yeah, you have to go out and find it. I mean, for individual games, you have Discord servers, I guess, but you know, not every game. I mean, for example, in Dead by Daylight, I know, thanks to YouTube posts, that there are a couple of Discord servers where people do meet up to play Swifts and stuff, but I don't really want to play that, because I don't care for Survivor Side enough to bother. But yeah, like, the communities are out there. You can find them. It's just that it's... I mean, those are single-player games, to be fair, but yes. Is that the Hellforge server? Yeah. I mean, the Hellforge server is the biggest Doom-related server on Discord, and glad to have been part of it for a few years. No Bridge in the lot since they started out. Now that Bridge has officially released a video game, Project Absentia, which I need to check the demo out at some point. Maybe that will be on my to-do list as well as a side diversion one day while I'm doing Quest Heroes 2. Oh, okay. Fair enough. But yeah, it was really fun. I mean, the Hordemex stuff seemed pretty sweet. There was a lot of nice variety of maps, some better than others. The actual mode itself was quite fun. You know, I used to like playing that kind of stuff. I mean, as someone that still kind of likes Killing Floor 2, you know, I used to love that kind of mode. I remember the old Horde mode in Gears of War 2, which was fun. And God, I haven't played that in ages. Hey, Kinikos. You just missed some personal stuff talking about my playthrough of Dragon Quest Heroes 2 starting tonight, poker, nephew visiting from 6 to 12. And I'm just talking about Horde mechs and Odomex. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more awkward, Pineapple. You know. But, to be fair, I don't really play those type of games either. I mean, the online games I play are Dead by Daylight, which is 4v1. And I guess I've recently very rarely dipped my toes into Killing Floor 2, which has that sort of stuff. But I don't really play Killing Floor 2 anymore. Although I did promise a co-op session with Shakar in it. It's which I have a note from the previous Sweet State. That may still go ahead at some point. I might do that one evening this month. I know you wanted a co-op session, and you might get it. I'd have to reinstall Killing Floor 2, of course. Something I haven't done back yet, but it might be on the cards for sure. So since I have enough space for it, which is despite owning Dragon Quest Heroes 2, so that's good. I'm still for that. Just give me some heads up so I can practice. Just because you said that, I'm going to friggin' read them. Those who do when I'm checking out new streamers. I completely redid my info panels on Twitch. I totally expect no one to read them. Yeah, I need to tweak a few bells and whistles, and I do actually have a slight new bell and whistle for everyone. A new channel point incentive, which I've come up with, decided to finally utilize today, was mentioned a few days ago as a suggestion. So that's a brand new channel point thing. Just bear in mind it has a 30-minute cooldown, so don't spam it. But yes, no swearing for 5 minutes. So if it's redeemed, I would have to not swear for 5 minutes. No, it just means I have to not swear. Obviously, the chat can swear if it wants to. But it means I won't be able to. Oh, please consider using text instead of images. Looks better for accessibility and having a font for readable. What? You mean in the channel point thing? I can't change that. Text instead of images. Oh, you're talking about Kinikos's thing, I think. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I thought Purple was talking about my thing, but yeah. So yeah, also I've changed the channel points of calm down from 5,000 to 3,000. I've lowered the cost, and that's it. The game is a little wild. Is Kinikos streaming right now? Are you all watching Kinikos' stream as well? Because I'm not even playing a game. It's just me and my microphone. Sorry, that was it. Alright. So yeah, that's all the stuff on Odamex and Hordemex. It sounds pretty fun, and something I would play a multiplayer in the future. So hopefully, do let me know about anything else happening with that, Shakar. And I'd be curious. Wondering why you were suddenly playing a game. I'm not playing a game. I'm doing the sweet state. No, I'm not. No, I'm not playing. I'm saying, do let me know about future any sessions like that. I would be curious to join some of them. Also, no. Okay, fine. Oh yeah, so yeah, Twitch keeps auto playing people's VODs, even if you tell your browser to not allow auto play. Oh, I don't have any VODs really. I don't do that anymore. I just delete all mine once they're on YouTube. So aside from that, another big Doom thing happened recently for me. Aside from checking out Hordemex and Odamex. All right, next Saturday. But my nephew's going to be over, so yeah, that's the thing. I can't guarantee. I mean, I might be there. I might just have to be silent that time. Possibly. Might not be able to say anything because nephew will be over. But the other thing that happened in regards to the Doom stuff is I recently hit 2,000 plus followers. I bought some on Friday, a Thursday of Kapowie and Proverbial, my fiance, and a few others for mini playtest. Oh, cool. Sounds fun. Thursday evening I'd be doing poker, but Friday evening, unless something happens, the D&D sessions have actually stopped because we finished a campaign. So I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. I need to think about something for a replacement, potentially. Okay, cool. But yeah, recently I hit 2,000 followers. During a DVD stream, no less. You know, I was doing a Dead by Daylight live stream and suddenly I gained 2 new followers. One of them was Shakar's fiance and the other one was Geo Pliblup, a penguin, who I've not seen since. But thanks to that, I finally hit my 2,000 follower target. Finally. Late July. Took me over a few months later than expected, but regardless, Finally did it. Finally hit that milestone of the 2K followers. So now, if you see that on my info next to my channel, it's now accurate. I do have over 2,000 followers. And actually, I did gain another follower last night. So thank you very much to demo_Gorgon_Zola, who followed last night. I think I was in some stream over. So thank you for that. So yeah, because I hit 2,000, I did play Sunday Map 15. That Twitch goal is outdated. I need to change that as well, but I can't think as to what to change it to. So it's just kind of up there for now. So yeah. Sunday Map 15, 20 viewers, 21 hours stream. Hello, Corn King. You keep pushing me to do these marathon streams, but I never have time for it. But you can live the dream, right? You can live the dream. How you doing? So I did play Map 15, and it was indeed a lengthy and semi-painful experience, because, dear God, was it a stingy map for health. I live. I did one marathon stream, it wasn't worth it. I've done 2. I don't know if I want to do another one again unless there's a significant incentive. But yeah, Sunday Map 15, it was tough. We'll be way too tired and lose focus at some point. It was tough, it was brutal. Next 2 marathon streams. Oh, the actual game, yeah. As long as we can skip the first game, because fuck can't do that one section again. If we just skip the first game and just play the second one, we're good. Could play all of Deus Ex in one single... Oh man, now that's a game that would be worth revisiting, with all the modern insights it has. But I don't think it'd be the same experience if I played again. I kind of wish I hadn't played Deus Ex before, but I had. I played it years ago on a realistic and beat it, so somehow. Fun time. I don't think I really appreciated the stuff in the game at the time either. I remember finding it quite in depth, but I don't think I realised all the cool stuff until later. So, can you lose yourself in the game and play for hours? You want to preview and play the original also yet? You still owe me that Shadowman playthrough which Misfit is going to give to you. I don't recall owing you any Shadowman playthrough, but I know that if he did, he's probably waiting on the remaster of that also. Just like he's making me wait for the remaster of Sin before I play that. But yeah, Sunday Map 15. So, the Shadowman remaster has released and that's been for a long time. Oh, okay. Hi, serious. Well, it's not on my to-do list, so I don't really recall owing you that, but maybe someday I'll play it. Who knows? What are other games before then? Remastered objectively better. But yeah, Sunday Map 15 was tough. Health was stingy. Fights were difficult at times. And there were a lot of archviles hiding behind walls of meat. Oh, I see. You're trying to gaslight me, are you? Tut, Corn King. Yeah, King Dam has also been streaming Sunday. He's starting with the old Sunday maps. Whether he enjoys it, I don't know. But yeah. I did beat Map 15. It took me 2 streams. It was hard. And honestly, it put me off wanting to play anymore. Sunday for a while, to be honest. Maybe ever, I don't know. John, you owe me an Elex playthrough. Oh, you mentioned that the other day. I don't know you've had either. I mean, at the time I said I wouldn't play any more Sunday. I'm not ruling out that I may revisit it at some point. But it will definitely not be anytime soon if I do. I mean, there's one or two maps I might want to be. There's one map on the new Sunder F Sin that I liked, and that was 32. That's the only map I could see myself wanting to play because it looked fun. But I don't really see myself going back to Sunder anytime in the near future. It may happen later. I don't know. Can't rule it out entirely, but... Oh, what's this? You've received a gift. John, just so you know, not gifting this for Corn King's sake. Gifting this because this game is awesome. Best wishes, Serious Cacodemon. Oh, thank you, Serious Cacodemon. You have gifted me Shadow Man Remastered. And now I must accept the gift. Yay! Thank you very much for that. Now I have another game to my list of games to play. Thank you for that. Bloody got so many games to play. God damn it. My never-ending backlog, yeah. But, yeah, thanks for that. I guess I'll get around to that at some point then. Oh, here we go. Add to future projects. Okay. Good for you don't take a quest anymore. Yeah. It might be worth playing with something like Guncast. It shouldn't be a stuff then. Also, you are Dragon. I might consider that. Maybe if I revisit Sunder, maybe I could play it with a mod. So I could appreciate the map's difficulty, but maybe not. I don't know. I'd have to see. I mean, a part of me kind of likes the challenge in some aspects of it, but it's definitely not something that's like, I want to play this for stream after stream. It might be something maybe I dip in and out of it. Like maybe every now and then I go, I'll play the next Sunder map and see how it goes. Yeah, there's that as well, I suppose. I mean, I'm not going to rule out that I might play other Sunder maps in the future, but I'm definitely going to say, for the time being, do not expect any more Sunder from me for a while. And if it will be anything, might be a modded playthrough. I don't know. But I'll definitely say that map 15 was stingy on health, and I did not care for that one bit. Even if I did beat it, I don't care for it. And I hated all the fights that had archvales behind walls of me. I felt that was a bit really annoying to deal with multiple times. But the architecture was nice, and I remember that pit based on the well. That was cool. That was a nice bit of real history to learn as well. This achieves a 9-barrel shotgun and will launch you, a friggin' dragon, back very far. Yeah, that's the main appeal, will be the visuals. I was especially impressed with that city map, the Maya, whatever it was called map. So yeah, that was Sunder. So, good stuff. Okay. Starting to lose a bit of time, but I got enough time to do what I want to do next. So, what's my game capture going to be? Oh, it's set to Doom 2. All right. Whoa. Let's not do that. Webcam. Go to the corner. All right, let's pop this up, shall we? For a moment, for this next section of the Sweet State. The section I like to call the I complain about the patch that happened recently, since, I play this game a shitload with my 679 hours of the game now that I have, and rising. I'll probably get that to like 800 by the end of summer, I think. I'll be pushing on 1,000 by the end of the year. So I'll try and make this brief, because I know that not everyone cares for the DVD stuff. It's not going away, I'm sorry to say. The DVD stuff is going to stay, because I still like this game, even though it's a bit weird now. Also, this awesome theme. This is awesome main menu music, no doubt about it. Like one of the best. I've actually listened to this on my walks. It's that good. No, I've never bumped into him yet. But I think his MMR is way higher than mine. I mean, he's been playing for years. I'm not an MMR anywhere close to him. Yeah, this is the Attack on Titan crossover that they had. They had skins for people, Armored Titan for Oni from the anime, Warhammer for the Spirit, and a bunch of skins for the survivors. I've never watched Attack on Titan, so I have no idea. But yeah. Just as random as Smite did with Slipknot, yeah. DBD stuff is cool and chill, just probably just less exciting. Yeah, it can be chill sometimes. Whack. Well, that's just the thing of a lot of these games. It's about trying to find the, it's about trying to find as many cross-promotional opportunities as possible. You know, especially since this is like the Smash Brothers of horror games, you know. Yeah, chill as a viewer, occasionally. Occasionally chill as a player as well. So, yeah. I want to check something, actually, before we hop in. Still fucking disabled. So disappointed with that. I want them to fix that, because I need... Yeah. So, I'm going to go over some of my thoughts of the patch. Obviously, there was the big mid-chapter patch last month, which changed the meta of the game and broke many things, and changed 39 different perks, and completely changed how the game was played. Yada, 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 yada. Oh yeah, on a personal note, I've unlocked Elodie. I only have one survivor left to unlock, and then I'll have every character ready for Adepts. So the Adept Challenges streams will probably start as soon as I unlock Felix. Which will take a while because I'm doing it via the Iridescent Shards. So it might be something that happens later in the month. It might be something I'll do over autumn. But there will be Adept Challenge streams happening as soon as it's all set up. Unfortunately, for some stupid reason, the Budweb was very stingy with her own perks. And even though I've gone through an entire level and nearly a half, her perks have not cropped up. So I haven't maxed them out yet. So I kind of gave up after doing 73 levels and just said, fuck it, we'll leave it for now. But every other survivor has their perks maxed, so I might try and get these ready for that time. But you are watching DVD, but more before the patch, to be honest. Fair enough. So I just need to set up the... Where's my videotape? There it is. So this is the... Yeah, so... This either of these require... Well, this requirement's met here. Hopefully there's a sale at some point. We'll see. I will have my survivor stuff ready. So, they changed a lot of things in this patch. They changed a lot of perks, more accurately. Obviously, you got the prestige changes as well with the loadouts and shared stuff. Everyone shares now. So they changed a lot of perks. I'm gonna say from a survivor perspective, I do like that there's a lot of grind DVD. The game keeps going with things. Well, they supposedly have reduced the grind, but they actually just... I don't think they have. They've kind of reduced the grind to get perks, but they've also made prestiges, so, you know, the useful grind is reduced a little bit, but it's still a lot to do. Because if I want to get everyone set up, I mean, literally now, my goal will be to get every survivor to prestige 3, so they share all their perks with everybody, so that whenever a new survivor comes out, and for everyone else's benefit, they'll have all their perks unlocked. suppose in theory, if I just play LD to fucking max rank, I'll eventually acquire them. Is that I wonder if that's why their own perks don't show up on the Blood Web as much. Because they just automatically get it when they level up? I never thought about that, actually. Maybe that's why they don't appear in the Blood Web as often. Maybe it's because as soon as she hits 50 Prestige 2, she'll gain rank 2 in it. Which is still fucking stupid. But anyway. Yeah, but I mean, there's always something to do with the archives and the adept challenges. Well, yeah, that's true. The archives is a thing. At the moment, though, I'm kind of stuck on this archive. I've done every challenge on the 4th level of the 5th tome, except for these 2 challenges, which requires the clown. The clown is currently disabled, so I cannot complete this tome yet. I cannot finish and get the last 2 pieces of my story. I'm stuck until the clown is unlocked. Hopefully that will be soon, but the clown has been disabled for several days now, and I thought it'd be already fixed. I mean, I might just move on to Tome 6, but I kind of want to wrap up Tome 5 first. Whatever. So, they changed a lot of perks. Dead Hard is now no longer the dominant force it once was, and actually, I don't even want to run it anymore because its timing is too lag-based, way too half a second skill dependent, and quite frankly, it just doesn't seem good anymore. Don't Suitepee, I ended up raising $125 for myself and on a DUPS a few days ago, but I'm still short $117. Just wanted to let you know. Okay, thank you for letting me know that, Kenny Goss. So yeah. I thought we were going to have discussions about that last month, actually, Kenny Ghost, but I guess it never materialized. So I generally think that with the perks changing, Dead Hard is now very skilled, is very, very timing dependent, and is very useless. Still has its use if you can hit the timing, but pretty much it's either hit the timing or you get nothing. And in my experience, I can't get the timing down consistently, and a lot of the times it just doesn't come out at all. I'll press it and it just doesn't even register, so I'm giving up on using it entirely. I mean, I didn't really use it that much before the patch. Now I don't want to use it at all. Decisive Strike is pointless because it's 3 seconds. Unless it's for a challenge, I'm not going to use it anymore because 3 seconds isn't enough. I don't know why they nerfed the time of the Decisive Strike and put an exit gate thing on. They should have just left it at 5 seconds but restricted it when the gates were powered, which is fair. Are the devs actively fighting against a player base with patches like this I've seen with other games? No, with all these meta perks, they're trying to change the game up so that people are forced to play in a different manner. And people are, you know, Dead Hard's no longer being used, so people are using a lot more of the other exhaustion perks like Balanced Landing, Life, Sprint Burst, and other stuff. Off the Record is a thing that's very handy for 80 seconds of guaranteed anti-tunnel, as long as you don't do a conspicuous action. Distortion is nice to deny aura reading. You know, there is a bit more variety in the amount of perks, but ultimately, this patch is very killer-sided. Killers have gained a lot of small advantages and have been buffed, essentially. And as a solo survivor, the experience in this game now... No, Back 4 Blood it's not like Back 4 Blood. I mean, this game has its bugs and its problems, but it's not Back 4 Blood tier of jank. I've never come across it myself. At least not consistently. There was that patch a few months ago where hook states weren't reading correctly and it was a bit buggy, but they fixed that soon enough. Nah. But for me, the solo survivor experience has been... It's garbage. It's not very good. It's never been the greatest. I've not liked playing survivor side in this game as much. But, it feels like now more than ever that solo survivor games are even less fun and even less enjoyable, because it's gotten tougher with the removal of dead hard and people used to other perks to get away from kills a bit easier, with the killer buffs, and with people DCing and killing themselves on hook way more often now. It's also a thing. Hellraiser would crash the server, and not ago it was. Well, Hellraiser I think was like last year before I joined. Time for her to put that book in her butt. So for me, the solo survivor experience is a lot less enjoyable since the patch, because my options of playing have changed. Like, I still have exhaustion options, but it feels a lot tougher as a solo survivor. Just bashed a couple of popular perks and gave themselves tapping the back that dealt with survivor meta. Well, the main thing they wanted to do was change the usage of perks and eliminate tunneling. Except they didn't eliminate except if they did eliminate tunneling, they replaced it with another problem that they didn't fix, and that is camping hooks. Because yeah, sure, with off the record, now it's harder to tunnel people off hooks. Fine. It's harder for killers to engage with that. But you know what isn't harder to engage with? Camping the hook in the first place and just sitting there. Like, I've seen Ritual more games than ever. I mean, camping has always been semi-viable, tunneling has always been semi-viable depending on the game, and so is slugging and whatever. Now I see it happen more often. It just felt like this is a response because killers can no longer just go to a hook and deal with, take people out who don't have borrowed time. Now it's like, right, well, I've got this person on a hook, I'm gonna camp them for the rest of the game. I'm gonna stay near the hook because gens take 10 seconds longer, because I'm running slowdown perks to make sure they take even longer still. The tunneling is definitely less because there's no real incentive, because a lot of killers now assume everyone's running off the record. So it's like, if you hit the person off the hook, you get a endurance state, and that's it. Else we don't. But camping is just, there's no disincentive. If you want to be a scumbag and slug and camp, there's no penalty. You can literally down a survivor next to a hook and just sit there and be rewarded. Camping is absolutely still part of the game, and that hasn't been fixed. In fact, that's been more encouraged. Because you can't tunnel them, so if you're a scumbag, you just camp the hook. And you just wait. Let them come to you, because they're going to take longer to do gens anyway. And even if they rush with Prove Thyself, you're not always going to get that coordination in a solo queue match. And it just feels like in general, combined with the fact that people again DC more often, I've seen a lot more DCs and killing on hooks than I used to see. Against lots of different killers too, not just like the standard nurses or blights. Like, against killers you'd never suspect, you know, like a fucking Sadako DC. I think I had one against Pyramid Head the other day. You know, people take the first down and that's it. They're just DCing and killing, and the games are just being ruined. You know, can't say I haven't myself occasionally killed myself on a hook against a tough killer, but I don't usually do it as an immediate response. You know, it just feels like the solo survivor experience is a lot more difficult now in this game. The hostile basic changes, none of these things are in the way of true advantage. They've eliminated tunneling, but they haven't replaced camping, and camping is easier now. It's encouraged. If I wanted to play serious as a killer, I camp and slug, and there's nothing that anyone can do to stop me. Except get good, play in a swift and organize, and run perks. If I want to slug you, I'll slug you. But I don't do that because I think it's boring and tedious, and I don't learn anything because I don't engage in such scumbag tactics. Unless it's an endgame situation where the door's open. I'll camp a hook then because there's no other incentive to go to the doors. Let them come to you. type thing. But it just feels like the solo Survivor experience is terrible. I already don't like playing Survivor compared to Killer, and now I have a bit less fun. Sometimes I get a good game. It's not completely unsalvageable. I'm not at the point where I'm getting constant garbage, but I definitely feel like as of 6.1, my Survivor games have become less fun. Generally. You know. Swifts probably aren't affected. They gotta get used to the changes, but the coordination will still be better. So, yeah. Survivor side, solo queue-wise, not as fun. Now, Killer, on the other hand, the side I actually like playing as, has gone a little better. With all the mini buffs, 10% faster kicking of doors and gens, faster bloodlust acquisition, faster 2.5% to gens. Sure, they've had to deal with nerfs too. Barbecue doesn't give blood point stacks anymore. Ruin's gone, Corrupt's gone. But other things, I think they've gone quite well. I mean, I didn't use Corrupt Intervention and Ruin that much anyway before this patch, so I don't really care that they're gone. Really. Nowadays, a lot of people are using... They're still using the perks that they wanted to change. But now there's like different things. Lethal Pursuer, I use this as often as I can now, because I get 2 seconds additional aura reading on everything. And I pair it with Barbecue if I can, or Darkness Revealed, the Dredge perk, whenever I can. You know? No, doesn't give a bonus anymore. Same with No One Lives Forever. That's also changed, so that was a good change, because now, if you pick someone up with No One Lives Forever, they gain an endurance stack for 10 seconds. So it actually works out nicely. So the blood point bonus has been removed from both this and the survival equivalent. But people are still using Barbecue and Chili. It has absolutely not changed. Yes, exactly, Sadako. It's not changed at all. Now, they've reduced the grind to some extent. It's easier to get perks, but you got a prestige grind. Sorry, itchy arm. Like, Tikura still gets used even though it's once per generator, because that's all the time, that's all it has to be useful for. Barbecue still gets used because it's just too damn good. Even with the blood point removal, people are still using it because it's useful. And now they just pair it with Lethal Pursuer for 2 extra seconds. Darkness Revealed is getting used more. Deadlock gets used a lot now. That's why I'm leveling up Pinhead to try and get it on every killer. Because it's a damn useful perk to slow people down. For me, as a killer, the games have been okay. I can feel the slight buffs. The longer gen time is nice, although I still get rushed by survivors. I can feel it being a little slower. You know, I can feel a little bit faster doing the things I used to do. I feel a little bit stronger in some games. I still lose sometimes, but, you know, if a good team is a good team, it just feels like it takes longer for them to get what they want. What kind of a patch is this, John? It's a meta-changing patch where the killers have been buffed, the solo queue survivors' experience has been nerfed, and Sadako still sucks unless you play really well, in which case she is an absolute god and kills everyone with condemned stacks, but you have to play her really well to get those condemned stacks. Not even kidding. I've seen a Sadako in tournament. I saw a video of a Sadako in a tournament condemn and kill all 4 players. A good Sadako is no joke. Maybe one day I'll try and actually play her well too, since she is the reason I came to this game. It'd be nice to be able to figure out condemned stuff and kill people with the glare of doom, you know. Since thematically she's my favourite killer, but not to play as. So, for me, the killer experience has been slightly enhanced, which is great. You know, bye, Sadako. I can run different shit. I run Deadlock a lot now. Call of Brian's still pretty good. I load up now just to free so he can unlock his perks with everyone. That's why they did the free. But brutal strength is now like it's still 20%, but because of the buff, it feels a lot faster. I said that for fun. So for me, the patch is so it's basically, you know, as a killer main, I enjoy this patch. I'm getting games where survivors use different shit now. I don't have to put with Dead Hard anymore. Dead Hard is gone. I don't have to worry about Dead Hard. I don't have to worry about Decisive Strike. I don't have to worry about a few things. And I guess a solo queue survivor, in fairness, I also don't have to worry about pain res, which is nice, but that's about it. I don't have to worry about pain res anymore. Oh no. Not really, doesn't really compensate enough. But a lot of killers are starting to run slowdown combos. You're seeing a lot more like Thanatophobia, Gift of Pain. This is why I'm doing Pinhead stuff as well. You know, you see people use Gift of Pain for the slowdown, play things so they can run it with Petamento to get more slowdown. Deadlock's good for slowdown. You know, I came across a Legion the other day who was running Gift of Pain, Plaything, Pedimento, Thanatophobia. Absolutely trying to slow the game down as much as possible. And let me tell you, when you get a slowdown combo like that, it really takes a while to get gens done. It is not fun. Let me tell you. Not fun at all. So, mixed feelings on this patch. Killer side, great. Survivor side, not as much fun. And I'd really like them to get the clown back, please, as fast as possible. It shouldn't take this fucking long to fix this bug, surely. Well, they've killed a meta, but they've got a new one in mind. The new meta for killers is slowdowns and camping hooks. And for survivors, it's distortion off the record and stack endurance. Pray you're good at looping, which I'm not, so I have a disadvantage. And that's my thoughts. So, mixed bag, really. So, that is that. That's my thoughts on the DBD mid-chapter patch. And so, that leads me to near the end of the sweet state, where I do this and throw open the floor to questions from the audience. So if you have any questions, although I have a very small time frame, because I do have to get going quite soon, now is your chance to ask them. So if you've got any questions about anything I've talked about today, or anything you want to ask me, go ahead and ask. Oh yeah, I suppose there was also the Resident Evil leaks for the new Wesker thing. I've seen a few pictures of those. I think there's going to be a new Resident Evil thing dropping quite soon. I guess I'll be streaming DBD when that comes out. Aside from the odd filler I might do. What's my favourite game genre apart from shooters? Probably, to be honest, RPGs. I do like playing occasionally an RPG game, you know. I occasionally like to delve myself into a fantasy world or something for about a certain amount of hours. I used to also enjoy liking Muzu games, like Dynasty Warriors stuff. You know, I also like that as well. That's another one, but it's a bit of a mixed bag with that. even though there are a few options I could pursue. But I like RPGs. You know, a good RPG with a decent story, combat's nice. I like getting invested into a world like that. Yes, John. Do you pity people who upvote their own posts? Upvote their own posts? Not really. How about open world survival games? It is my jam. I like RPGs as well. I don't think I've really played an open world survival game, to be honest. The online stuff I certainly haven't touched because my entire perception of an open world survival game is the group with the largest numbers gets a big base and then kills everyone and greases them with snipers. Doesn't sound fun. Not really interested in that. But then I've never really played one either. So, Well, either this Cable Mon is being garbage or something's with the ISP. What have you missed? Not too much. I just talked about DVD stuff, and then it's just audience questions time. Alright. Well, I've never really played that type of game, to be honest. The open world, I know there's like Ark and other things, but I've never really played any game like that. I think the closest I've ever bothered was Minecraft, but I didn't play it long term. It'd be like a few hours or something. It's not really sort of a thing, but I like RPGs, maybe third-person shooters, you know, I like horror games as well. Horror games are also my thing, I guess. You know, I like a good horror story, a good horror game that tells an interesting tale, that kind of shit. I guess that's the other thing I like as well as RPGs, is horror games. And obviously with October coming up in 2 months, I will be starting to prepare the horror month again. You'll probably hear, I'll probably talk about preparations for horror month next month though, once I've got this TA2 course timing sorted out. I know a few more things. I certainly know that a certain game, that Saint Diphners thing, is part of the plan. The where the hell is it? I haven't bought it yet, have I? I think that's why it's on my thing. Have I bought it? No, I haven't bought it yet. Phobia Saint Diphner Hotel, that's the one. I haven't bought that yet. That's fine. But there will be some other plans. That's the only thing I know is a definite for that period. Anything else I haven't confirmed yet. And obviously there could be some horror announcements in the next month or so that might change my plans. You should try the Metro trilogy. The shooter, wide RPG, and horror elements. I would prefer to watch the shit out of it. I think I remember trying to play Metro 2033. I actually have Metro 2033 in my Steam library. I remember playing it a very, very long time ago, but I think I played a pirated version or some buggy version where it balked out at some point. I never actually finished it. But I remember that being quite an interesting game. That's the game where you have ammo as currency. You know, you can collect ammo and you use it to trade for ammo, and some ammo is more valuable than others, and it's all darkness creatures and train rides, and it's sort of Slavic jank-ish, but it's meant to be good. I had the first Metro game on my Steam library, but I haven't touched it in probably forever. So, maybe? I don't know. Sorry, do you ever reread old chats with people you don't talk to anymore? Do I ever reread old chats with people I don't talk to anymore? I don't think I've really stored that. I mean, the only thing I probably have closest is like Twitch chat private messages and I guess Discord stuff. Otherwise, no, not really. I don't really reread old chats that much. Why does water taste different after it's been singing as it was just poured? I don't know. I don't know enough about science to give you an answer to that question. Yeah, I haven't got any real concrete plans for Horror Month at the moment, other than playing that hotel game. Um, Nothing concrete. Obviously, another game I'm hoping does come out at that time is Faith, the Faith trilogy. That I would play, but that's not finished yet. Yeah, it was, and it'd be nice to play it. That'll probably be the apex of the horror month unless something else comes out. But I'll sort that more out in September. I'll definitely say that October will be horror month. That will not change. That's gonna be like horror stuff the entire month. You know, because it's my favorite month of the year, being it's also my birthday month, and I love Halloween, and there'll be a Dead by Daylight thing as well. It'd be just cool. My favorite month of the year. Do I brush the inner side of my teeth? Inner side of my teeth? What do you mean? Like the gums? Do you mean the gums? Yeah, I brush my teeth twice a day. Oh, I guess Kitty Cuss offers you an answer, Corn King. Guess there's that. Why does a bed sleepiness ever equate to couch sleepiness? I think it's probably because on a bed your body can roll around a bit, whereas on a couch you can't. As far as I'm concerned, when I'm sleeping on my bed, I start sleeping in one spot and I wake up in a completely different. I think it's your body likes to move around. At least it does for me anyway. It likes to move around on a bed. I mean, a couch can be comfy for a different reason, but you don't move as much. I don't know if the body likes that or not. I don't know. I'm not a sleep expert either. The Metro will be perfect for October. It's Wilson speaking stuff and voices and all kinds of crazy. Well, I'll consider it. I could play the first Metro, maybe. Do you want to play the Old Age of Empires? I've already played 2. Otherwise, no. I have no interest in playing any more Age of Empires games. RTS games aren't really my jam. I'm terrible at them and I can't handle them unless it's on the easiest difficulty. And even then, you know. I mean, to be fair, I played Command and Conquer. I can't handle RTS. You know, RTS for me is like, no, too much, too fast, too quick. I need it to be like turn-based or something, or slower. What derogatory names? I don't know. I've never asked them. I'm not going to ask them either. If they have derogatory names, that's their business. And besides, as a stoic way of living, if anyone does have derogatory comments, unless they hold a grain of truth, they should be ignored anyway. You know, if people want to say bad things about you, fine. But if they're baseless, then you just ignore them. You only listen to those that actually contain some grain of truth, because then it's a criticism. Do you want to try going on a deep dive of Itch.io and Game Joke for horror games this October? I certainly do have some stuff from there I could check out. It'll really depend. A large part of what my plans for October would be will depend on how much. I mean, one thing to keep in mind as well is when my TA2 course starts in late September, which I should get on, I don't know what my free time is going to be like. If it's going to be something that eats a lot of my free time, then my streaming may be impacted for a while. It may not. It might just be I can do it like one day a week and it doesn't really make a big difference. But it might be something that's more time consuming. And that's why I'm not really planning too far ahead until I get an idea of how this course is going to, because this course will be pretty important and it will be a big focus, like the thing I want to get through to sort of improve my financial prospects. So I can't really say what I want to do in October. It might be that it's I have to spend a lot of time on it, And so my plans for October might just be play 1 or 2 horror games because that's all the time I got to spend. Or it might be that I can still stream as I regularly do. It really depends. But I'll know more about that nearer the time when the course starts next month. So, yeah. We'll see. Dread X Collection. That's something I'll sort of start preparing next month. It's a question for next month, really. Is the chair going to snap in half? I don't think so. It's a pretty sturdy gamer chair that my mum got for me for a birthday about a year or so ago to replace the other... Actually, no, this is the same one, isn't it? I've had this for a few years. Nice, comfy little gamer chair. Just nice. I used to sit on like a crappy office chair, and it's like... I mean, I don't think I've ever leaned back too much on it like this, but it's certainly a comfy chair to sit on. Would you be interested in trying an open world survival game at some point? Maybe. Might give it a try in the future. Not sure which one I'd play. Is there a way I can sun gaze without damaging my eyes? Yeah, wear sunglasses. And stare at the sun in short bursts. I mean, I do want to try out different genres of games in the future once my list are cut down, you know. I wouldn't mind, for example, maybe trying like a city sim building kind of game or something. Or maybe a car racing game. Or I want to play like a Forza game where you just drive around and visit places and occasionally do a driving challenge. That's the kind of game I do want to play at some point. Like a Horizon game where I explore a big area, you know, like what the... You know, explore an area, drive around a lot, and just do occasional driving challenges, but really explore a big place. That sounds fun to me. So I definitely do want to try different genres as well. Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, that is something else on my bucket list. I've never actually beaten a Rockstar game, or a GTA game. I've never actually finished one. That's something I might consider in the future, Broken Arch. And one big advantage of Red Dead Redemption 2 is it has a poker game in it, which would be fucking cool. But that would require a massive time investment, and RDR2 is hardly short. So, what's my Steam password? My Steam password is... There. That's my Steam password. And if you count the amount of stars, that's probably how many you need to type in to access my account. So, there you go. Yeah, I think it's like 11 stars, and I just typed those. Wasn't there a zombie scenario for Red Dead 2? I don't know. Maybe. If you need a co-op for some exploration games, you'd be up for it. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game just because of the poker stuff, honestly. It does look like something I might want to try at some point. I definitely also want to beat a GTA game, because that's something I've never done before, you know. Like, I've never beaten a Final Fantasy game until 10. It's one of those game series I'd like to complete an entry in, but I'm not sure which one I'd play for GTA. It won't be 4. It won't be 3. It would be a toss-up between Vice City, San Andreas, or 5, probably. And not the remastered version either. It'd be the original Vice City. Original San Andreas. Because I heard the remastered versions are absolute trash. Okay, so any other questions from anyone? Asterisk. Very cute. Any other questions before I go? Are you interested in any RPG Maker games? Oh man, I used to do RPG Maker horror games quite a bit back in the day. You May Nikki, the other one, Dot Flow. I played Yume Nikki, .flow, Space Funeral. Fuck, there's another one as well, which I can't remember its name. Something about a mother, I think. Yeah, I used to like those. I used to do that many years ago. I'd play a lot of RPG Maker horror games. And there's actually two of those on my wish list at the moment. You know, I have a wish list of horror games which might end up being played. Would you be interested in seeing the final version of my map when I finish sometimes this week? Yes, I would happily take a look at it. It could just be a Discord call. I might just hop on a Discord thing. I could stream it on there maybe and run through it. Or it could be part of a playtest session I have later this month or whatever. Hey, Elgents. It's going okay. Just at the tail end of the sweet state, asking audience questions. I did talk about the DVD mid-chapter patch, and my general consensus is solo survivor experience worse. Killer experience slightly buffed. Camping on hooks is now more of a thing, and I hate it. But there are some changes I liked. In short. Great, you shoot me a message. Early RPG players have recently released Maker 2000. Oh, you're talking about the older games? Maybe. Maybe something to consider in the future. I believe Lisa is meant to be a good RPG Maker game. I think is an RPG Maker game. I don't know. Hey, John, I made a solve your problem with Dead Hard. You had on stream day 27. When we didn't injure you with power, you need to mend. My solution with Dead Hard is I'm not using it anymore because Dead Hard is dab hard and it's crap. Yeah, I don't intend to use Dead Hard anyway. Dead Hard is rubbish. You can't mend over mend. Yeah, I believe so, but Dead Hard's rubbish, so I don't intend to use it. Yeah, I've heard about that. A killer that can deep wound will counteract a lot of endurance tech because, like, Deathslinger could do the same thing. You know, I mean, hell, if you think about it, if you hit someone immediately off hook with the base kit borrowed time, you essentially counter it with any killer. You know, if you still want to tunnel people, you just hit them straight away and then continue to chase them because they won't gain any benefit from it. And other stuff like that, yeah. And I may have to end this sweet state earlier than I thought. Okay, I'm going to have to bring this sweet state to a bit of a conclusion. A little bit earlier than planned, but I think most of the questions have been asked anyway, so thank you for that. And so yeah, thank you all for watching this sweet state. I will be back later tonight to begin my playthrough of Dragon Quest Heroes 2, if you are interested. The game that Lord Misfit gifted me. So I will be starting that tonight. Hopefully it will be a fun game. And I will see you for that. Have a good afternoon, everybody.